Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 14 of the
Whoa.
Degenerates podcast.
Holy fucking shit!
We've got a good one for you today.
Yeah.
I've got a topic, and Mike's got a topic. We've both got topics to talk about. This is it's a pretty good day. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
They're good topics this time too. Unlike all the other ones.
Yeah, all the other ones were really shit. So these ones are good.
Yeah, but today is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your topic?
Creativity. I literally just thought of it right now. This is the best episode.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
So, I don't know much about creativity. I've seen Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, and that kind of scared me away from creativity.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because,
you have more to be scared about of creativity than before.
Oh, no. What are you going to tell me?
It's actually not that good to be creative.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, the thing is, with, from everything that I've seen, creativity basically acts through you. You are not creative. Creativity is who you are. It acts through you. You are only a medium for essentially your unconscious to unfold onto whatever medium you choose, which is, can be anything really. Can be literally, it can literally be anything. That
sounds awesome, not scary.
Yeah, but the thing is, it consumes your entire life, or it can at least. And typically, really creative people have to miss out on certain very important aspects of life, like social life or significant others or anything like that, if they're actually truly creative.
But they're choosing to miss out on these things.
That's the thing. They don't. Because creativity acts through them. So essentially, okay, if you look...
No, I think that's just motivated people. People who are motivated and people who really like what they are doing will choose to do that. Because I know a lot of people who I think are creative, but they don't have much motivation. And so they don't end up... even though I know that they are creative, because I've seen some of the stuff that they can do, but they're just not motivated.
See, that's the thing. Creativity is the motivation, and if you're creative, you have to be creative. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. To me, it seems like a biological thing. It's like the same thing with sex or food. It's the same thing as that. You have to. As it can be measured with a surrogate measure, which is openness to experience, a personality measure. And essentially that just measures, your interest and drive to seek out either intellectual or artistic stimulation. Which are basically, if you think about it from a purely biological standpoint, it's compulsory. I don't know how to pronounce the word, but you know what I mean.
Like, it makes sense for some people because Mumkey Jones, we've never talked about him on this podcast before.
No, we haven't.
But I remember before his YouTube channel got taken down, he was making new videos like every single day. And Asterios would always talk about how Mumkey was like the most motivated person that he had ever seen. And Mumkey is really creative. I think he was pretty creative. And but he was really motivated to make like multiple videos every single day for YouTube, and no one else really does that. And that's one reason why he got so big, was because it was like every single day you could see what he was doing in his life, and it was like a fake internet friend. But he like what you were saying, he really withdrew from his from people in real life, I guess. Other than internet people that he met online, he'd collaborate with them and stuff, like YouTube people. But like his friends from high school and his family, he didn't talk to much anymore, as far as I knew.
Yeah.
And it did end up getting to him because he was very suicidal and stuff, like, by the end there.
Yeah, that's another thing. Pathology tends to arise alongside creativity.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Also, like, true creativity is actually really fucking rare. Like, I thought about this last night. Human beings are the only creative animal, but there's a lot of, there's a big gap that we can fill up. We can be either super not creative compared to other people, or super. It's like a normal distribution, basically. It's like a bell curve.
Mm-hmm.
Most people are in the middle. Most people are hardly creative at all.
Oh,
compared
that's
to
the middle.
Yeah.
Then
I have no scientific evidence
what's
to
the
back this
far
up.
left then? Like, if the far right is super creative, then what's the far left on this bell curve?
Uncreative.
I thought you just said the middle was uncreative.
Middle is basically like uncreative, but you can also be less creative than the middle. Okay. So being less creative would mean you basically is essentially, what is it called? Like, essentially not changing, not updating. That's kind of like, think about uncreativity as being on the right and creativity being on the left, because that's actually a pretty good predictor. Openness to experience is a really good predictor of what is it called? Openness to experience is a good predictor of which political side you take. So low in openness typically takes conservative. High in openness typically takes liberal, I believe.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. What's the most creative thing you think you've ever seen?
Oh, shit. Jesus Christ. That's a fucking thing. It has to be something scary. Because typically really novel creative things are scary. Because, like, you don't fucking understand them. So, let me think.
Well, I guess I'm getting the most creative books ever in the mail, because these books that I'm doing for the 4th Mike and Tony book club, they're supposed to be like the scariest books ever.
It doesn't work like that, but okay. Like a fear of the unknown, that's the kind of thing. Like, sure, people can write horror books, but also someone who writes someone who does something in a creative way can also elicit a horror. I think it's got to be reading Jung for me. Because he's really smart.
Oh, Carl Jung?
Creative. Huh?
I said, Carl Jung?
Yeah, Carl Jung, that guy.
Okay.
And also Dostoevsky, actually. Because Dostoevsky, I fucking love learning about Dostoevsky, because he's fucking amazing. I love it. But I have a few other things. I really like this guy named Barnaby Dixon. He makes, like, puppet videos. He makes his own puppets and makes them dance and play and stuff like that. Gives them personality. I really love that.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like a lot of various music videos and stuff like that. I like when animation and, like, there's this web series called Confinement. It's fucking based on the SCP universe. It's fucking awesome, dude. I love it. I love fucking SCP. Actually, you know what? This most fucking creative thing I know? It's SCP.
What's SCP?
So SCP is basically a community. Like, it started from a website. From a website that's basically like a the fuck? Okay. It basically started from fuck, I got distracted. Basically started from a website that's that is kind of like Wikipedia, where you can add SCPs, which are basically anomalous things. I'm gonna turn my phone on Do Not Disturb.
So it's like 4chan.
But the thing is, SCP. The thing is, they create these. God damn it. They create these SCPs. Like here, the SCP-002, the living room. They create these containment procedures, which is basically like how does this scientific foundation keep it and study it? Then they have description, which is like it actually describes it in the reference. I think the SCP is one of the most creative things because it involves a bunch of people from the community all collectively putting forward their ideas.
And the most creative things generally don't come from just one person. You got to put a few heads together.
Yeah, it's possible. Or the person has to be extremely creative. But this is this SCP thing is a really good way to just funnel all of the things, and you can even see the ones that are like most upvoted and stuff like that are like typically more creative, or at least more well written, or like better ideas. Essentially, there's also
That's
fucking
cool.
people, and it's awesome.
So it's better than 4chan?
Yes. Wait, it's a million times better than fucking 4chan in my opinion. Okay. I don't go on 4chan all that much, or even at all, but like I like some of the stuff in 4chan because it's pretty fucking funny. It can be pretty fucking funny, but SCP can also be funny, I think.
Yeah, the only thing, I kind of like 4chan sometimes, but the thing about 4chan is that it's anonymous, and everybody has like different goals. So like remember when Anonymous was going against like Scientology and stuff?
No.
Oh well, they were doing a whole bunch of shit to like the Church of Scientology, where they'd like send the Church of Scientology just a whole bunch of faxes that were just like black, so to waste their fax ink, so they couldn't receive faxes.
Petty as fuck.
They were doing a whole bunch of stuff like that, and they were doing these like giant protests where like thousands of people were showing up outside of the Scientology church with Guy Fawkes masks on. That's where Anonymous. The first thing that Anonymous really started doing. That's the first big thing that they did, was go after the Church of Scientology. But the problem is that there was like on 4chan, where Anonymous comes from. There were like half of the people seem to actually really want to change like Scientology, because Scientology is like sucks. It's stupid, and it actually hurts people. And then the other half, they were just doing it for the lulz, they said, and then it ends up there's this big conflict of interest there. Then,
Yep.
And then the people who are just doing it for the lulz started calling. They started making up a whole bunch of slurs for the people who were like moral, and like how they were, and they tried to drive them off the website so that they could just do it for the laughs. It was yeah.
Huh. You see, I don't fucking know anything either about Scientology or Anonymous.
Oh.
But I think I think I saw like a few memes where it was like, we are Legion, we are Anonymous, and there was just some fat guy in a fucking Anonymous mask.
Oh
With like a
yeah,
fucking katana. Oh,
it's
I
because
love that shit.
Anonymous are come from 4chan and they're all fucking neckbeards.
Nothing personal, kid. Teleports
We
behind
are
you.
Legion. We are Anonymous.
Master, forgive me. This one time I must go all out.
Yeah. If you want to know more about Scientology, watch the South Park episode Trapped in the Closet. It's only 20 minutes long, and it explains it pretty well, though.
Trapped in the closet? Is that where Stan is people think that Stan is gay?
No, Tom Cruise locks himself in Stan's closet.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I watched that episode, I guess, a long time ago, so I guess I didn't.
Oh yeah,
pick
but
up on the
that
nuances.
episode, it's one of the most famous episodes because it exposed Scientology, and also because of how pissed off Tom Cruise was. But Tom Cruise was a Scientologist and stuff. But it's also the episode that Chef quit because Isaac Hayes, who played Chef, was a Scientologist, and he was really upset by it.
So, what is Scientology? Is this your topic, by the way, or no?
No.
Oh.
No, we just got sidetracked.
Okay.
Maybe in a few weeks.
Maybe.
Scientology is a religion.
Yeah, I figured that much.
Yeah, in a few weeks I can actually... Yeah, episode 21, hype for the one after the book club. I'm going to tell you all about Scientology.
Okay.
There we go. My topic for 2 weeks from now is picked.
There we go.
And... Okay, well, yep, we're 17 minutes in, so let's start talking about my topic.
Yep.
Okay. My topic is vaping.
Is vaping?
Vaping.
Okay, I got a vape right here.
Have you been watching the news?
Yep.
Because I haven't, but this still came on my radar, this whole vaping thing. So basically a few people have died, 6 people have died from lung problems due to vaping, and there's been 140 people who are suspected to also have vaping related lung problems.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much what the mainstream media said. And Donald Trump reacted pretty much right away, and it wasn't the best reaction, but I think then yesterday he had a pretty good reaction, so I think he figured out a little bit more about what was going on, because the mainstream media wasn't exactly telling the whole story, because it wasn't just people who were vaping.
It
was people
my brother
who
told me
were
about
vaping.
this. I think I know.
It was people who were vaping black market
vape juice, yeah.
Vape juice, and also marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
And marijuana, actually, I remember reading this back in 2010 or something, 2009. But there was a girl who died in the year 2000 because she had been vaping marijuana since the 80s, because the marijuana oils get coated on your lungs.
Oh,
so
shit.
I've known for a little while that vaping marijuana isn't a very good thing. But the normal not THC, the normal nicotine vape juice that you buy from the store that just has those 4 ingredients in it. What are those for? It's
I have it
flavoring.
Right here.
Oh, you do? Awesome.
Where
One
does
of them is something from that's an asthma medication, and then
doesn't say on this one.
There's 2 chemicals, and then flavoring, and then
here it is. Vegetable glycerin, propylene glycol, natural and artificial flavorings, nicotine. And
that's nicotine is the 4th one. propylene glycol is the stuff that's in asthma medications.
That's
that's
propylene
what
glycol is
turns it to the
also
vapor.
isn't that also in like antifreeze and like to preserve dead bodies?
I think so. Maybe. I just know that it's in asthma medications.
Oh.
And I think it's used to like make it into the vapor. I think it makes it into the vapor easy. But those four ingredients have not been found to be related to any of these deaths or any of these issues.
Oh. That's good to know.
Yeah.
I know something else as well.
What?
So I watched SciShow because I like the fact that they present what they find in an orderly and timely manner. I don't like the people who actually do it, but anyways, they basically what they did was they found that vaping, like regular old vaping, was linked with having basically a decreased immune functioning in the lungs. So basically, if you get like the flu or some shit, it like affects your lungs harsher.
Okay.
So it basically just makes your lungs shitty, but it doesn't like kill you.
Yeah.
So far, that's what we found.
Okay.
In lab animals, I think.
I'm sending you a link.
Okay. Teenager sues vaping company.
Yeah, this 18-year-old guy is suing Juul because of the state that his lungs are in and the damage that have gotten to his lungs.
Oh my god, how do I fucking get rid of this shit? Get out. I don't want you, independent. I want my ad blocker.
Oh,
God.
Independent. What do you mean? You don't like the Independent?
What?
I said you don't like the Independent?
Yeah. Motherfucker. I'll just read fucking... I can't read around it. God fucking damn it. You
all these ads,
bitch!
yeah.
Let me use my goddamn ad blocker.
And the thing that's on here, he says that he's suing Juul. And that he says that he first started vaping because everyone else was doing it and was unaware of any health risks from e-cigarettes. And then it says he progressed from vaping over-the-counter e-liquids to THC, which he got from a drug dealer. And what do you think probably caused his lung problems then?
Oh, probably the fucking dirty drug dealer fucking THC.
It probably wasn't the vape.
It wasn't
Juul. It wasn't Juul's fault. So I read this and I thought, man, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, this is not going to hold up in a court of law.
Yeah, especially since he was vaping illegal drugs with it. Mm-hmm. And that's probably the cause of and it's not how they say you should use it.
Exactly. And it's not then they can't even fucking make it. Like, how the fuck do you get it in the pod?
Yeah, it's meant for quitting smoking.
Exactly. See, that's I have 2 vapes. One of my vapes I don't have any more coils for, and I fucking don't use it anymore. Mm-hmm. I only have my Breeze 2. And I have fucking 3 milligrams of nicotine. It's slow, but I'm still getting there.
Yeah.
I just fucking love nicotine. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah. I just thought that article was really dumb, because when I first found it, I was like, oh man, this 18-year-old is actually suing the vape company for this? And then I started reading, and then I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely not the vaping company's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is 450 cases of lung illness potentially linked to vaping have been reported in the U.S. So 450 cases. We only know of 6 confirmed deaths connected to vaping. Mm-hmm. And where did you find that it was due to vaping, fucking weed and shit like that?
Oh, it says right in the Independent article.
Yeah, but but this is just one person.
Oh, this is just one person?
Federal investigation. Oh wait. No. Although a number of patients have reported using e-cigarettes with cannabis-related products. So only a number of patients have reported using e-cigarettes with cannabis-related products. Such as
Yeah.
THC.
Some of them were only using nicotine, but those ones were probably black market.
Okay.
Because
we still need to look into this more.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I know what you're saying. This is
then...
This is the possibility of where it's going. Where it's like, oh, these people are just fucking retarded.
Yeah, and basically, so I have a whole bunch of notes here.
Oh shit, notes. Dude.
I say here, vaping is better than cigarettes, and you should vape instead if you are going to. Because yeah, my big reason was that I forget. I should have actually found this and put a link to it in this Google Doc I have here. But there was a poll. It said like 75% of boomers right now, because of all the stuff that's going on in the news, believe that vaping is actually worse for you than cigarettes. And that's the reason that I wanted to talk about it. That's the reason that I wanted to talk about this.
Yeah, no.
And so yeah, basically, so I wrote, vaping is better than cigarettes, and you should vape instead if you're going to use nicotine, and don't buy black market vaping products. You don't know what's in them. And
just don't smoke weed, you fucking loser.
Yeah, bottom line, you should not use nicotine though. You should try to quit nicotine altogether, and there's no time when you should use nicotine. And that's
it tastes so good though.
And then that's kind of my whole thing is nicotine's bad for you. But I have another article here. I'm going to send this to you. This is from Snopes. This is from Snopes.com.
Yeah. I don't think that nicotine is bad for you. I think that the ways we receive nicotine are bad.
Oh, I think nicotine's horrible for you. All on its own. Nicotine on its own raises your blood pressure, and it makes it it can cause heart problems just on its own.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it can cause the strokes and like heart disease and stuff. That's just nicotine.
No. Why? No. Why?
Like after you use it for years and years, I mean, like
I've been using it for at least 4 years.
Oh yeah, no, I mean like 10, 20, 30 years.
Oh, what the fuck? That doesn't even matter then.
Well, it'll matter in a little while.
Yeah, but like the same thing happens with drinking, dude. Everything's bad for you.
Oh yeah, but if you don't drink and if you don't do nicotine,
if you don't drink and you don't smoke and you don't do anything at all, you'll probably still be fine unless you get a disease. Fucking like it's so hard to like. I don't fucking know, dude.
Okay, so I'm on the Snopes page.
Me too.
And this part I found really interesting. It says, is there a common thread? Doctors believe this isn't caused by a germ. Instead, they suspect chemical exposure, and vape juice contains many possible culprits. After testing products, New York has focused its investigation on vitamin E acetate, which recently has been used as a thickener in black market vape cartridges. Suppliers say it dilutes vape oils without making them look watery, and vitamin E is safe as a vitamin pill or to use on the skin, but inhaling oily vitamin E droplets into the lungs can trigger pneumonia. So it's, according to Snopes, it sounds like it might be vitamin E that's causing a lot of the black market nicotine lung-related, which makes sense if they're putting it in there as a thickener, because I guess in the black market stuff, it's watery until you put that stuff in.
Mm-hmm. And vitamin Z probably a lot cheaper than like anything else you could do in a small hodunk little production. My brother actually was going to make fucking homemade e-liquid at one point. Oh, I don't think he ever did it.
He might have.
He might. Yeah, he probably did actually, now that I think about it. But yeah. So hopefully in the upcoming weeks or months or years we can find out like what's actually going on with vaping and see if we can get a good way to actually have just the nicotine be the bad thing and nothing else.
Yeah, no vitamin E.
No vitamin E in my lungs, please.
But yeah, what Donald Trump said yesterday, though, was that he loves vape. Because at first he was saying, like, oh, we need to ban vapes or whatever. But yesterday he was tweeting about, or maybe this was 2 days ago, he was tweeting, I love vaping as a smoking alternative, but we need to crack down on the black market vape juice, and we need to make sure that people are getting safe vape juice, which is a lot better than what he first said. But I think what he first said might have been just a quick reaction or something.
Yeah, do you think maybe
Twitter's like
somebody else wrote the second one? That's possible.
No, Donald Trump writes all of his tweets.
How do you know?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that he is, because like they get mad at him for tweeting everything, and like Barack Obama had Twitter and he like never tweeted. Like I think the only person who uses Donald Trump's Twitter account is him.
Okay. Good enough for me.
Well, no, like that's just what I think. You can disagree with me. I have no proof. I have no proof. I'll say that right now. I just think that it's him. But so at the end of my notes, I have it written like, I believe that nobody should vape, nobody should ingest nicotine, it's bad. But I also believe that people should have the right to do dangerous things if they feel like, so long as they know the risks and educate themselves.
Yes, that would be good. But
yes.
But that would be good in a perfect world. But I think people should still have the right to be ignorant.
Well, yeah, they should have the right to be ignorant. But if they are ignorant, then I think it should be their own fault.
Yeah.
That they are ignorant.
Oh, okay, makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I can agree with that.
You choose to be ignorant.
Yeah. Yep.
And then that's the end.
Yeah, that's the end.
Yep.
Talked about creativity and why it's kind of bad, but I never talked about why it's necessary. It's necessary because that's the way we update society, basically.
Oh yeah, that's one of the first things that I thought. Like, usually creativity is people usually think of like art and entertainment, but it's also a big part in like technology and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And a whole bunch of
using
advances.
Something in a nominal way. Like the first person who made music with a computer, or developed a way to make music with a computer, that was creative.
Yeah.
But yeah, using something in novel ways.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because we're tool-using creatures, so it's basically using like, yeah. Everybody listening probably knows what I mean.
Okay,
so, yeah.
This has been the Degenerates podcast, episode 14, and I'm Tony.
And I'm Greg.
And I'm Mike.
And I'm
Greg.
Nick.
Okay, we'll see you next week.
Goodbye. Have fun. Don't fucking vape weed, you loser. Alright.
Just smoke it. Smoke it from a bong.
No! God, okay. Okay. See you all later.